Because nobody wants to talk about insurance. Diarrhea? Nobody's going to question diarrhea.
I mean, you can even use that for both. What do you do? Diarrhea?
Diarrhea insurance. Ray, yeah, I don't know if I can do the podcast today.
Why?
Because I just got half stung by a bee.
Hey, Sean?
Yeah.
Are you allergic to bees?
No, I'm not allergic to bees, but in the past I've said that, and I've lied because I don't want to seem, and I stand by it because even getting half stung, I reacted like somebody pulled out a gun and shot me in the leg.
Really?
I was like, my phone went straight to the ground. I was worried I cracked my phone, which I didn't, and because I chucked it out of nowhere. I'm walking by this tree. This guy was doing machinery. I don't know if it was because he was doing this using machinery, or I have a theory about why I got stung. And tell me if this sounds crazy. I used deodorant that has lavender in it.
No.
Well, I don't know why you discount it right away.
No, they sting everybody. They're heartless fucking creatures. Bees.
Well, that's why
they're
they're
cute
disappearing.
though.
That's what happens. What?
They're cute though. I like how bees look. Like I like the Steelers black and gold that the
That's
the
why
bees
you
have.
like it.
No, I just think they look cool but yeah, I hate getting stung by bees, but I would never lie and say that I'm allergic to them.
Well, if you're trying to have your manhood intact, you would.
That's true.
And that's what I was trying to do. Now I don't. I'm 45. Now I don't give a shit. Yeah.
You know what gets me is when I see a rat, like still in this city after being here 4 years, when I see a rat scurry across the street,
Yeah.
I'm like, every time, every fucking time.
You become Curly from Three Stooges.
Yeah, and I start poking people in the eyes.
Well, that's a shit that's really near and dear to me because my lover,
Say that, creep? What's up, creep?
My beautiful girlfriend, Megan, is obsessed with rats. Obsessed and terrified of rats. She knows all about them. She's read books about the rat infestation from like the back in the day in New York City. She knows where she spots rat holes everywhere. She's like freaked out, but she has this weird fascination with rats. Like almost like it'd be her origin story if she was like a Marvel character or a DC character.
You know what I thought you were gonna say?
What?
She's obsessed with the Three Stooges, and I was like,
that'd be
that would
way
have been
better.
weirder.
Yeah.
To me.
She's pointing out people who look like the Three Stooges in public.
Yeah.
She's like, hey, he looks like Shemp.
Mo one time had dinner there, just walking past different restaurants.
She does know the history of the city too. She's really good at that.
That's what I mean.
Yeah,
Maybe she knows everywhere that Mo and Larry had a drink.
She's a Three Stooges historian.
Yeah. Dude.
What'd you do your dissertation on? Mo, Larry, and Curly, but not the Shemp years because we don't recognize.
Nobody
the Shemp.
recognizes the Shempiers. My dad had a friend named Shemp, and
really,
yeah, they called him Shemp because he
kind of looked like Shemp.
No, because he was
kind of an idiot.
Yeah, he was a couple cards short of a full deck, and this guy one time I was messing with him when I was a little kid, kind of like teasing him, and he wanted to murder me. I remember him chasing me all over the house, Shemp, and I was just laughing my ass off, and probably not the right thing to do.
But didn't he like punch her or something? Didn't something happen where he
that
did
was a
something?
different one of my dad's friends that beat me up.
What a crew!
I know. Yeah, they took no prisoners or shit from children. They didn't take any shit from kids. What I was gonna say is the rat thing is not something that I could have a lie about to make myself look like less of a pussy. Do you know what I mean?
No, you're kind of stuck with.
I can't be like I'm allergic to rats.
But more of the population is afraid of rats
than
bees.
bees.
That's how bees. Yeah, so that's how you get away with that one.
Do you know what I think people lie about a lot?
What's that?
Migraines. I think a lot of people lie about migraines.
Well, do you think they just don't have a full understanding of what a real migraine is? So they think they have migraines when they don't?
I think it's just an easy bluff to make. It's a bluff that can't be called out.
Here's the thing. People might be... Because I know I dated a girl who had legitimate migraines. Like, to the point where she would take the migraine Tylenol, whatever it is, like, specifically for it, and it wouldn't do anything. Like, she'd be, like, laid out. Like, she'd be...
Maybe.
Like a heart...
Maybe that was the case. She could have been acting.
Is this really is this a cause you're going to take up?
She could have been acting.
9/11 truth and also truth about migraines.
She could have been running a flim flam on you.
Hey, by the way, 9/11 was an inside job, and migraines aren't real.
Migraines are real. I think I've had a migraine before, but I think a lot. I think it's like the old COVID.
The what?
Like the old COVID.
You mean COVID, actual COVID, or the old COVID?
So like
you mean like
it's the old version of the COVID excuse? Because you know how like people would just be like, I don't fucking really want to go there. I'm just gonna tell them I have COVID. Like, hey, I don't want to come to your son's birthday party. I have a migraine. I think it is.
I think that's happened, but I think that
if you're listening and you've ever faked a migraine, let me know. I
think that multiple people have. There's different ways that a migraine. I think it could be that you don't know what a migraine is, and you have a really bad headache, and you're like, I think I have a migraine. Because that is a sentence people will say, I think I have a migraine. But I think people who have experienced real migraines would be like, I 100% have a migraine. I know what these are because I can barely open my eyes because it's a light. Any light affects it. It's like it's a bad thing.
Well, then that's a real cause of mine. Somebody with a regular headache thinking they have a migraine.
Yeah.
It's stolen valor.
I think you should put a stop to it.
Stolen valor. What do you think?
Headache, stolen valor.
Yeah, what's your go-to fake sick?
Oh, diarrhea.
Yeah,
it's a good one.
It's the number one.
Nobody wants to talk about it. It's like what comics have that thing where if you get in a car with a chatty Uber driver and you're on your way to a gig, and you're like, oh, like where are you going? And you say I'm going to work or I'm coming for why are you in town on the road? Why are you in town? Oh, for work. What do you do? Insurance. Because nobody wants to talk about insurance. Diarrhea. Nobody's going to question diarrhea.
I mean, you can even use that for both. What do you do? Diarrhea.
Diarrhea insurance.
What is it? Just diapers, I think.
Well, yeah. If you have diarrhea, we'll insure it. We'll get you your days.
Get you diapers. Yeah.
We'll get you diapers. So that's my go-to is hey, I'm having stomach problems.
I think the power rankings are stomach problems is the number one excuse used. Now I think COVID has slid into number 2. Number 3 is the fake migraine. And you know what I'll use at number 4?
Yeah.
I'll just be like, dude, I'm depressed.
Wait, what? For real? Depressed?
Yeah, just be like, I'm sad today.
I've never done that in my life.
Yeah.
That's like that Nate Bargatze joke where he's talking about how he likes Walmart because it's a professional store.
Oh, yeah.
I don't go to mom and pop shops. Like, why are you guys closed? Because we're sad. One of my favorite jokes ever.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'll do. Or, you know what's good? A sore throat to lie about. To say, like, oh, I have a sore throat. Because nobody wants to be around a motherfucker that has a sore throat.
Yeah. I never used it. Mostly I'll do... I'm the idiot who just goes, and I just, I barely cancel.
Me too.
Yeah.
I even go when I have the thing. That's how much of a people pleaser I am.
Yeah.
I'm just going to the bathroom 40 times. They think I have a cocaine problem. No, just shitting.
You'll just be patient 0 for something. Like, I got this weird infection, but I'm going to show up because I don't want you to be mad at me.
You can't do, like, rash. Like, what's wrong? I got a really bad rash.
And also, no, you can't do rash... Yeah, and rash is too off-putting because they're always going to...
Because then they'll never want to hang out with you again.
And also, diarrhea can be in that realm as well. Like, if you're saying the word diarrhea, like, oh, yeah, that time when you had diarrhea, like, it's in the back of people's minds in their future dealing with you.
Well, I never say diarrhea. I say, dude, my stomach's all fucked up.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever had food poisoning, but I've said it.
I've definitely had food poisoning.
Maybe I have.
I've been, like, green... What do they say? Green to the gills or something? Or, on the floor, like just like full on food poisoning.
I've also canceled on something because I was hungover and said it was an actual thing, like a sick thing, not like a hangover.
But let's be honest, that is a sick. Yeah, it's a self-inflicted sick.
It's a self-inflicted sick,
but it is sick.
But you don't get sympathy for that. It's like, what the fuck, dude?
No, because people know that it's like in your control. And they're like, also some people think like, hey, just get up, get some water, get some aspirin, and then eat a big giant sandwich and then come meet us. Or come meet me for whatever appointment. For this job interview.
You want to work here, you got to come in today. So eat a big sandwich, get a little hair of the dog. Don't come in too fucked up. But,
have a couple of shots.
I had the best thing happen to me on Friday. This past Friday. You saw me Thursday night. I got really hammered.
Yes.
And I don't know if you were that drunk. You seemed a little better off than I was. I was fucking loaded, dude. And I woke up the next morning super hungover, and I had to go to Hoboken for a game show. And I wake up to a text, and then it was the morning I woke up, and it's just pouring rain all day.
I know it's coming.
And the text goes, "The school flooded. They're going to cancel the show tonight." Now, as much as I needed the money, I was like, "Oh, thank you, God. I could just lay here for eternity."
Did it make you believe? Yeah, like makes you believe in God a little bit more.
Makes me believe in God.
Or like, yeah.
No, God.
Yeah.
You know what? I've told you in the past what makes me believe in God.
What's that? Rainbows?
How often I get a row on a plane to myself. That's one of the things that makes me believe in God.
Does it happen all the time to you?
I would say 80% of the time.
What?
I get a row to myself on a plane.
Well, where do you go? Where are you flying to? What's your? Is it the same?
No, I mean all different places, man. Anytime I've maybe had an uncomfortable seat on I've been on a plane 50 times, which is not that much.
No, it's not.
I've been on about 50 planes, I would guess. I don't know.
I didn't fly. I didn't fly that much either until I started going on the road for stand up, and then now it's a bunch. But like
4 times I was uncomfortable. Maybe.
Really?
Yeah.
That's pretty great.
Knock on wood.
I went to Raleigh, super easy flight, so it wasn't that big of a deal. It was like an hour flight, right? And I had a situation where I was in the road by myself, and I'm looking down the road. I'm doing that thing where you're looking down, like nobody else is coming, but then behind me, I hear somebody go, "Oh, this is 16," and this woman go, "Oh, I'm up there." I turn around, she goes, "Oh, I'm there next to you," and I was like, "God damn it!" So I was like, "Man, that was so close. It was in my grasp," but. It was an hour and change. It was so easy.
Still, but isn't that such like an anxious feeling when you have that seat to yourself and you're just sitting there like, all right, this thing's filling up. Nobody sat next to me yet.
Oh, I'm the most alert I've ever been.
Yeah, you're like,
I'm going. I'm looking around. I'm counting seats. I'm doing
And then you see like a real skinny like little dude walk on, and you're like, maybe it's him. I'll take him. He works. Oh, he'll fit real nice right here. And then the next one's like just a dude as big as me, and I'm like, oh, God damn it. Why don't they ask? Why don't they ask when you're buying your ticket?
I don't think they can.
How fucking fat are you? How fat are you?
What is it, Love is Blind? When you buy your ticket, it says, if we went to a concert together, could I put you on my shoulders?
Yeah,
like that idiot from the second season.
It's all real passive aggressive things like that. If you were on a boat with somebody that was 120 pounds on the other end, would it be a light seesaw, or would it be more like a trampoline?
Or could we seesaw together? The Office, they have that one.
What's that?
She wants to set Phyllis wants to set Michael up with her friend, and
he asked if the boat would capsize.
Could we be on a seesaw? Yes, he asked if the boat.
He said, would the boat capsize?
And she was like, yeah. No, she said you can't seesaw.
So you're not caught up on Love is Blind?
Not 100%, but man, I was the one who was caught up, and then you were watching the new ones.
Yeah.
And then now you're farther ahead than I am.
Farther ahead.
What do you think? Where are you placing this season?
Well, okay.
Also, it's. Even this, okay, so I'm up until right before they get out.
We could just talk about the one big thing.
Okay, go for it.
The one big thing.
Well, there's 2 big things.
I'd say the biggest thing is the fact that the 2 people knew each other and dated prior to being in the pods.
Yeah.
And
apparently, I saw an article, it completely not set up. They did not know, they're saying. And I actually, because it's our baby, our Love is Blind baby, I believe them. I believe the producers.
My girlfriend and cousin think that it was planted. It was on purpose.
Here's the thing. Okay. People are, there's people that are psychotic and are trying to hunt it down if it was planned.
Correct.
Trying to get somebody to admit that it was. That's why I think it wasn't. Because it's so much of a plant type of scenario.
If you would have told me that this 5th season of Love is Blind only has 2 couples, pretty much. What is it?
At first, right?
No, 3 couples that got out of the thing.
Right.
3 couples that got out of the thing. Whereas normally it's like 4 or 5.
Yes, it's a
If you would have
bunch.
told me 3 and it would be the best season yet, I would have said, you're fucking crazy.
See, this is what I mean. That's why I think it's for real.
It's the best season yet.
Really?
Best season yet. Wait till you get to these next episodes. Best season yet.
I'm watching it after you leave.
Some crazy shit happens concerning the 2 people knowing each other before. Those people.
Well, I'll say this much. that woman, I forget her name.
Lydia.
Lydia. I was about to say Lydia. Is out of her mind.
No, she's not.
She's not.
No, she's not.
Really?
This dude, and I don't use this word lightly.
Yeah.
And
Gaslighted?
This Uche dude is a fucking monster.
Psychopath, huh?
Psychopaths, like he's one of these lawyer guys because he is a lawyer. So he uses
real Patrick Bateman.
Dude, I'm not lying to you. It has that vibe. And he's the guy that he fires these chicks up, but he has such a calm demeanor and
so that he's making them look crazy when
and he's so manipulative.
The one who's
Dude, it would be like, so me and you were in a fight, right? And say we were dating, say we were lovers, and you I cheated on you, right?
Yeah.
And you're trying to yell at me about cheating, right? And I just keep going, you're fired up, and I just keep going, listen, are you going to yell? You're going to keep yelling? Because that's not the issue. The issue is not me cheating. The issue is, it's about trust. And he's just jumping, he's manipulating every little point with both of these girls. And they're fucking falling for it. The Aaliyah girl fell for it. In the pods. The Lydia girl, they have an interaction in the new ones. I'm not gonna give any spoilers, but they have an interaction, and it's incredible.
Oh my god, dude!
Great TV, great reality TV, and that's what.
And do you think it's on the up and up?
I have to.
Well, the three couple thing. Now is it such a brilliant move where they're like, we're gonna put the less couples, and then this thing goes on, and to make it, and we're gonna say it's completely legitimate. Just because I'm like, if we do the same old stuff, they're gonna walk away. Which I don't think I would.
When they're ramping up the interaction, the interaction with the people that aren't in the pods, yeah.
Right, because that's why it doesn't matter. They only have three couples because they have more than three couples.
Yeah,
but they didn't get together because if you're not focusing on the ones that said yes, which is a little bit of a cop out, because if at the end of the day, then you wouldn't even need the marriage and proposal part. You could just have everybody say no and then just follow them afterwards and see if they meet up afterwards.
Correct, which is what I think some people do.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
Also, what's crazy from the last season with that woman who ended up being a little nutty and went with that dude, not Marcus.
Zach and...
No. I think she was... I forget her name. The one with the long curly hair. I think not Latina. I don't know if she was Latina or she was half black, half white.
Oh, Jackie.
And
Marshall.
So you don't even know about the Marshall, but then the other kid that was kind of seemed like kind of a spaz. Spaz. Yeah. I haven't said spaz.
Spaz is funny, dude. Dude, right there, we gotta remember that.
Spaz.
Start calling people spazzes.
Spaz of the week on Brand New Jerks.
Dude, you're a fucking spaz. You know what a spaz is too. You have a kid in your mind that's a spaz.
100%. So that guy, they had a whole. That's the thing. They had so much footage on them and their interaction that you don't even know from the show.
Well, that guy had a proposal in a meetup.
Yeah.
That they never showed.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Which is. I didn't know that until it shook out with Marshall.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't want to do 20 minutes on Love is Blind because...
Don't want to do 20 minutes. We'll save that for the finale.
Yeah,
we'll talk more about it. But just if you're not watching that show, it's one of the best shows on TV.
Okay, let me ask you this. Is there equal amount of interesting things happening with the We Said Yes couples? Is that cool too, or is it just...
Yes. Yes, it is.
Really?
Dude, it's fucking good. This is the best season yet. I can't wait. I can't wait for you to watch.
Show rules.
I cannot wait for you to watch.
I'm gonna check it out. Listen, can we do a dude you'd like this?
Absolutely.
I don't know if you'd like this. I laughed immediately in the first couple seconds. I laughed at this, but it is a strange one.
Is this the lady shitting up and down the plane?
No.
Did you not see that?
I won't watch it.
You don't have to watch it, but they had to land a plane a couple of weeks ago because this lady, we were talking about diarrhea earlier. Dude, it was incredible that much shit came out of one human being. Jesus. I know.
Dude, I don't think I'd be able to watch the video. There's video of it?
Yeah.
I would not be able to watch it.
It's also, it's more aftermath.
Oh.
You're not watching the plane hit the towers. You're watching,
You're watching the dust clouds.
Yeah.
Real 9/11 analogy.
Yeah.
But also, I don't want to watch it out of respect. This poor woman. Talk about my nightmare of my life.
Yeah.
That happening to that's so embarrassing, and if that go viral is is so embarrassing. But here, let me show you mine. It's not going to top that. I'll tell you that much. Hold on.
Welcome back to Dude You'd Like This.
For some reason, this video struck me as really weird. Ready?
Dude, you'd like this.
This is where I got stuck in the water slide. This is where I got kicked out of King's for chasing my friends with shaving cream. This is where I was a bridesmaid and never saw the bride again. This is where, moments after meeting me, the hairdresser announced, "I'm going to cut your hair like this to focus eyes away from your Rubenesque belly and your double chin." This is where a guy called me from out of the blue and said, "Remember me from Nevada?" I didn't, but I drove down here and met him and pretended I did. This is where I drove by an escaped cow running in the ditch.
That was it.
Dude, that's hilarious.
Isn't that great?
I'd like to see more of those. People just going through all the fucking disasters of their
All the
life.
shit that's happened to them in
Yeah.
their life. Yeah. I know. It'd be fantastic. All right, so you did like it.
I liked it a lot.
All right.
Dude, I like that.
I think it's one of these things where
I like how she had the dates and the location of where she. It's a great video. She had the dates and the locations of where she had that disastrous time, like somebody calling her.
Well, my favorite thing is that it's one of those things that you're like, after you watch it, you're like, is she doing it? She's doing it to be funny? Like, and you
Yeah.
have in your head. And once you watch the whole thing, you realize, like, oh, she knows it, and it's really funny. And she's doing it to be dry and to be, you know what I mean? Like, she's in on it.
Oh,
Some
she's
of
in
those
on the
videos,
bit.
Like, there's a guy, he seems like he might have, like, developmental disabled, like he's like disabled.
It's like a shemp.
No, like he's actually has some real, you know, like not just like your dopey friend, like
No. Shemp was.
oh, like for real.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. But Shemp in the show wasn't like that. But all right, the other ones were a little bit more like that than Shemp. But he does this thing where this guy's probably like in his 50s, and he makes these sweaters. Have you seen this guy? And he goes, "This is my so and so sweater from here," and you're like, is he playing this up and he knows what he's doing? It's just a little bit odd, or is there more going on here?
Colin Chamberlain loves him.
I'm sure, because Colin's a mean kid. Colin's a bully. But it's like there's something wholesome about it, but there's also something like, I'm like, does he know that people are going to watch it and they're kind of like make fun of watching it? Like meaning like they're watching it to like a little bit of Schadenfreude, like I'm glad I'm not this guy.
Does he know that he's going viral for all the wrong reasons?
Yeah, exactly. And
Yeah.
I don't know. I think he's just genuinely doing it, and he just thinks people are into his sweaters because that's how he comes off.
Jesus.
But you never know. I don't know. Maybe this guy's a comedy genius, and he's like, it's so meta. It's like this Nathan For You type scenario.
I wonder. Nathan For You. I always wonder what Nathan Fielder is like. Do you think he's not far off from that?
I think it's okay. I've had long conversations about this. So if people who don't know, Nathan Fielder is a guy who he did a show called Nathan For You on Comedy Central. I think it was spoofed. It was supposed to spoof The Prophet. It was like he was investing in businesses.
Yeah.
The show The Prophet that was on MSNBC that I used to love. This guy Marcus Lemonis.
Well, you know how he got started before that?
He was
Canada.
He
was doing like consumer like reporting, and was I think making making it a bit
on an actual show.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, and then it turned into this. He's a super, yeah, he totally knows what he's doing. But okay, Nathan For You, when it's almost like an Impractical Jokers thing.
Yeah.
The joke's on him, and the people react to him like, "What are you like?" But he knows he has, even though he is mostly like that, Nathan For You, and he has that personality. He has comedy brain. He knows why he's making the show, which makes him on the outside of things as well as being on the inside. If that makes sense?
Yeah.
He's in it and he's outside of it. And he knows that his personality makes people uncomfortable. But when it's on him and he's like the weirdo and he's meeting the people and he's getting dates for himself and he's putting himself in making a fake bachelor show and the announcer, he's
Hilarious,
like trying to become. It's hilarious, right? But because mostly they're just reacting like, what's your deal, right?
Yeah, but he never even comes close to like breaking.
He doesn't. That's why I think that he is a lot like it.
Somewhat, yeah.
But recently, not How To with John Wilson. He produces that.
Yeah.
The other show,
The Rehearsal.
But maybe we talked about this.
Yeah.
I have an issue with that for a bunch of episodes. He gets very, very down a rabbit hole on what he's doing and if he should be doing it and whatever by the end of it, and it's a little bit melodramatic towards the end. About
it gets weird.
It gets really weird.
Yeah.
But there's a couple of those episodes I'm like, these people have no idea, and you're pretending to help them, and then you have comedy brain, they don't. And it's fucked up that you're doing that to them, even though you are helping them in a situation and you're being endearing. And the one guy I'm thinking of is the trivia guy, the black dude from Brooklyn, who likes that girl and is obviously on the spectrum and really is being earnest.
It was fucking hilarious though.
It was super funny when he worked in the questions. To the
that was my favorite thing.
It was really funny. And also, he shows him at the end. He goes, I don't know if I had the heart to tell him what this was and what I did and whatever it is. And they show him, and it's rehearsal, and it's the actor, and he never did it. And I believe that he never told the guy for real. And the thing about the how-to, I think it's more, it's more open, it's more transparent, whatever it is. But if you're in, people don't realize is this. Yeah, you can. There's tons of weird people in comedy, but they still have comedy brain. Yeah. They're not being their true genuine selves. They're playing up their autism. They're playing up their weird personality because they know it gets a laugh. So with that, you have some self-awareness. That dude didn't. And what he did to him and being on the show, that guy just thought it was straight up. Who even knows if he knew it was a comedy. Now like he did, but I don't believe he did.
I don't believe he did.
That's the issue I had with Nathan.
I agree. Yeah. It was the issue I used to like not the issue, but kind of the I don't know, little tug of war in my head that I had with what Howard Stern did for so many years. 100%. I thought Howard was hilarious, but it was also man, he's kind of exploiting these mentally ill fucking people. But then it's also they got fucking careers out of it. So it's where, you know what I mean? I don't know what's always right.
Especially because it was a bunch of people who wouldn't be able to make the money or they were making
correct
on some whatever random job,
but at the cost of their dignity,
100%,
and their And
I think now some of them knew, some of them didn't. With the whack pack people, I think some of them realized he has me in because I'm this guy. I got this weird thing to me, or whatever it is. So yeah, I think you're right. And even you go to American Idol for years was, hey, let's make fun of the bad singers. That can't sing. William Hung.
Dude, you know what my favorite part of American Idol used to be?
What's that?
Do you remember when they used to, it would be a bad singer, and they would be like, no. And the bad singer would think that they were messing with them. They were like, okay. No, but how was it? And they're like, it was fucking awful. and they're like, yeah, but no, everybody that I'm around is, knows I'm good. And then they're like, well, then they must be deaf because you're terrible.
They got real brutal. But it's a rude awakening for a lot of people. But here's the thing. But just like we're talking about, the producers, because if you're that person, right? You're not just walking. That's not open. You're not walking into that room. You went through
a lot of
pre-trial motions here, a lot of preliminary.
So
auditions.
Then, do you think those preliminaries made them think that they were good enough?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Okay, then that makes more sense.
And that's why some of them might have the attitude where. That's why now I think they changed their focus. You don't get the bad ones anymore because things have changed, and the bullying factor is out the window. And now it's more like, hey, here's my heartwarming good news story that it can make go viral. And I'm singing this song to my dad, and then my military dad shows up at the actual, that kind of stuff. And then it's probably better they do that because it's more, I don't know, it's more, I wouldn't call it genuine because it's still a little bit, manipulative for the audience, but at least it's not you pretending these people are just walking into the room straight from their house. That's never happened.
Yeah.
Even Last Comic Standing had that. They would have pre-set up
stinkers.
They had people on the stinkers.
Yeah. And
then also, I'm convinced that, especially early on, and then they had line people. I don't think, in all the seasons of Last Comic Standing, which wasn't many, I don't know if there was one person that actually made it from the legitimate line.
Dude, that's what, but if as a viewer, before I even had any association of doing comedy, I was just a fan, and I used to watch Last Comic Standing. I thought, they try to make you think that these people aren't real stand-ups and they're just getting on the you know what I mean? It's exactly
right.
Like American Idol. That's what they made me think.
Yeah.
And
I have $1 and a wish, and I can it's
yeah. I'm my friends think I'm funny at the water cooler, you know?
Yeah.
And then I remember, though, like, I started realizing it the one season that I watched because I was also, like, a huge Comedy Central guy and, like, watched all the Comedy Central presents and all. Like, I was, like, into comedy, like, as much as you could be before the internet, like, was the internet what the internet is now.
Yeah.
And I started going, like, that's, like, a dude. I saw him, like, years ago.
Right.
He's, like, a dude.
Because you knew.
Yeah.
Like comedy. Exactly.
Um,
But people that, because the amount of people that don't know stand-up and are watching that are going like, all it's going to do is fortify the idea when they're like, you should be on Comedy Central.
Fucking knew you were going to say that. Yeah, it's just going to reinforce.
Which I don't even know if they would ever bring it back. Every time it comes back and they tell comics, stand-up is a very hard thing to do in the real world.
Yeah.
Meaning, if it's not stand-up controlled by stand-ups for stand-ups, like Funny People the movie sucked. Not a good representation of stand-up.
No.
Maybe a couple of aspects for it, right? But if it's not a stand-up created thing, and people know the ins and outs, like the show Crashing with Pete Holmes is kind of a good there's a lot of things in it that people didn't know about stand-up beforehand.
Yeah.
But if you put it into like the Sunday night or the Thursday night lineup on something and regular people watching stand-up, like I just said, it's just going to make people go, oh my God, my friend at work could do this show. He could just show up in the line.
Yeah.
He's killer. He'd win this thing. And the fact of the matter is, your friend would not win that thing. Your friend stinks.
But
Your friend's funny at lunch.
And
Like,
you know what?
Yeah.
He's not. He's a little racist. He's probably just a little racist. And he's doing jokes from Animal House, and you just haven't watched it recently enough to know.
He's stealing bits from 40 years
Yeah.
ago. Yeah.
Dude, I wanted to ask you this before we get into one new segment
Yeah, we're
that I
excited.
have planned that I'm excited about.
We're switching out Quick Jerk this week for another one that we hope you guys like.
I don't know how funny it's going to be, but I think it's going to be fun for us.
It'll be really fun for us.
But it's I watched that telemarketers documentary, which if you have not
I watched the whole thing.
Woo, is it good?
It's great.
And I wanted to ask.
It ends on
go ahead.
a blase note. And
I don't know if it ends on a blase note as much as like it
ends on a thing where it's like, oh, we did nothing and you can't fix this and it's gonna happen forever and it's that kind of thing.
I got a call from those people trying. So the telemarketers thing, if you haven't watched it, it's on HBO Max. Fucking watch it. It's great, and it's about the this like underground scam. Where it's telemarketers are calling to get people to donate to these different like police union funds and you know and certain like political action committees as well, and it's just people are making so much money, and when they get shut down they just start up as a new company like a lot of those types of like things do, like a pyramid scheme would do,
and then they get to a point where you realize that the police are actually involved.
The police are involved, and then you find out like that there's nothing that the government cares to do about it because it's a little too difficult, and it's involving the police.
Exactly, and nobody questions that stuff. And then also, the thing that I didn't realize that they say in it that makes a lot of sense is, so you can't say that, the whole idea where you can't say that 100% of the money goes to the police, because it doesn't. Because when they first started, 3% of the money was going to the police. But because they had these guys doing it, I think the reason why it was left alone by the police is because 3% of tens of millions of dollars is better than if they went at it themselves and didn't use these companies.
It was them doing no legwork and getting like $200,000 periodically.
Well, yeah, exactly. Yeah. And I think a sign-on thing of $300,000 and then 3% going forward.
I've gotten a call from one of those in the last 3 months.
Really?
And
was it AI or was it an actual person?
It was a dude.
Yeah.
And before I got that or watched that documentary, I thought it was
legit.
I mean, they sound like legit cops. And this, when you said the AI, remember when in the documentary they say that the AI was using a fucking dead guy's voice?
Yep. Yeah, it's crazy.
Ugh. So what I wanted to ask you, have you ever got caught up in any type of like work scam, pyramid schemes, like almost like multi-level marketing job or?
No. But the only thing that came close is I had malware on my computer, and for some reason I opened up my browser, and this is years ago, and I'm usually good at that, but for some reason how their interface, like how it looked, I was like, oh, this might be, and then I call this number, and I was like, oh, all right. I don't know what about it made me go, this looks legit. And then I called it, And then it picked up, and it was one of those banks, those phone banks,
Yeah.
India or whatever it was. And I went, oh, and I just hung up, and that was it. So that's the only real. I'm trying to think. No, I'm more willing to. I would fall for stuff from people.
Well, let me tell you this story and then see if you have anything similar to it. I think I've told you this not on the podcast.
Is this the Venmo thing with your cousin? I mean, your niece?
No, I think I told that on the pod.
Yeah.
I told this to you off the podcast about when I was like, I think I told you last time we had lunch, but I'll say it on microphone. So when I was like 13, I answered a call at my buddy's house like late at night, and it was this company called John Robert Powers that did acting and modeling, and I really wanted to be in acting. And I set up an appointment with them. It was like a random cold call because one of his sisters bought some magazine. So I go with my mom and my mom's boyfriend to this like conference room in downtown Pittsburgh, and it's like everything in their presentation is black and white and super sleek, and it's all people in either suits or turtlenecks or like long black dresses, and like it starts off like just the video that shows it's like John Robert Powers, perseverance.
You're like Vinny Chase going to see Jeremy Piven.
Yeah. Attitude.
He's like, this is my agent.
Change your life. Be a star, right? So they like give us this whole presentation. Then they have each kid go individually into a room and do an ad read. And I went in there and I did this ad read for Gatorade, where I'm like, Gatorade, quench your thirst, drink it down, and I do this.
Is that how you did it?
Probably. I was a fucking I'm still a cornball. I was a cornball then. And me and my mom and I don't know if her boyfriend came in with us, but it's just me and my mom. I think we get into this room with one of the people working there, or one of the representatives, and the dude just sits down. And he like drops a folder on, and he's like, "Well, he got it. He's got it. He's got that thing that you can't teach." And wow, yeah, just blown away. So we have 3 different packages, and he's like, so this is what gets you your headshots. This gets you a guaranteed 1 audition. And he goes through all of these different packages. And dude, they are ranging from fucking like $3,000 to like $8,000. And we are
these absolute scumbags.
We're broke,
right?
Like we are very like. My mom is a single mom.
Right.
We're fucking poor. And I immediately, even at 13, I'm like, all right, this is bullshit. I know. I was like, I felt pretty good about the Gatorade ad read, but I know I don't have it. You know, like
your BS meter went off immediately.
It went off immediately. I was like, I'm sure I was Daddy Warbucks in the production of Annie Jr. at East Junior High, but I was like, this can't be it. My mom. Her bullshit meter, I could tell, goes off, but my mom is my mom. She's a fucking sweetheart. She's like in her head, like, I don't want to disappoint my son. I think he thinks he's going to be famous. She's like, well, we could see what we can do. If I don't know if there's any like payment plan structure for this.
Oh,
and
boy.
he's like, yeah, And I remember going, and she's like, but I just really can't. We might have to go home and talk about this. I was like, yeah, Mom, let's talk about it in the car. And she's like, okay, cool. And she's like, yeah, but like we definitely would have to talk about it. So it was probably her goal was going to be to like, how can I let him down easy so I don't have to fucking pay this guy $400 a month? And then we get out there and I was like, I'm so sorry. And she was like, okay, thank God that you knew that was bullshit. And but my mom, it was like, but you're still really good. We could still try some other things. And like, get you into
That's
acting.
a good mom.
Yeah.
Really good mom.
Have you ever gotten involved in anything like that?
No. So the only thing that happened was one time my sister, they had an open. So Born on the 4th of July, the Oliver Stone movie.
Yeah,
they had like an open call up to play Tom Cruise's sister in that movie in Long Island because Ron Kovac, whatever his name is, Ron Kovac's the guy it's about. It's from Massapequa. He's from Long Island.
Oh shit.
So the story goes, I was not into any of this. I didn't act as a kid really. I was in like plays. One play was in the high school, one play in the middle school, but little tiny parts. But I didn't have like the acting bug. And we go, I think it was at a high school where they were doing it or something. And we go, and my sister's online, and they see my sister, and I think they might have dismissed her. But supposedly, my mom and my sister say Oliver Stone I swear to God, dude, this is gonna sound.
Is it gonna piss me
They
off?
wanted to put me in a room to try out as him as a kid, as as Tom Cruise as a kid. I think I was 8. Like it would have been. I think it would have been him very young. Now it was just to get into the room, and the story goes is I told them. No, I want to go home. I want to go get lunch or whatever it was.
Wow.
And I was like, I don't want to do it. And they're like, you just go in. Now I wouldn't have gotten it. I don't look like even 8-year-old Tom Cruise.
Yeah.
I was a much more of a looker. You would have. I was sexy at 8. I was
Really?
bangable at 8. Yeah. Oh yeah, big time.
You would have been a very popular Boy Scout.
But they say to this day, they're like, Oliver Stone was there. I don't remember Oliver Stone being there. They're like, he was there. He picked you out and wanted you to put you in. He thought you were there to audition, and he was like, yeah, put him on that line with whatever to check him out. And I was like, I don't want to. And they're like, you really? You should. And I was like, no, let's go.
So you're even kind of a pain in the ass diva as a kid.
Am I a pain in the ass demon?
No, I haven't had. You were hangry. I haven't had my lunch, Mummy. If Oliver Stone wants a meeting with me, he could come by the house and meet me in the study.
Yeah, I don't read. I get offers.
Send an offer to my agent, a.k.a. Mummy.
So I full on.
Whatever. Oliver Stone fucking sucks anyway.
He does suck.
You're like, hey, let me know when Scorsese wants to give me a call.
Hey, oh my God, yeah, of course. But he's.
Why'd you get excited?
Because I'm of that. A lot of people like. I do. My brother-in-law, I think, loves Oliver Stone. I do not like Oliver Stone's movies.
I think he sucks ass. Actually, I remember thinking that I loved Any Given Sunday.
I've never seen it,
And I rewatched it.
and it's bad.
I was like, woof, this could be so fucking good. And he makes some decisions where I'm like, dude, you just want Siskel and Ebert to say something interesting about you. Just make a good fucking movie, dude.
Well, two things that got me with him. One is I was big into Tarantino, and then when he took over Natural Born Killers, because that was he selling the script for Natural Born Killers was True
Romance and Natural Born Killers.
Yeah, so it got him to be able to make Reservoir Dogs, I think, right?
Yeah.
And I think he was down to he was going to either make Reservoir Dogs or Natural Born Killers. No. Natural Born Killers was originally a giant script.
Yeah.
And where Mickey and Mallory were the alter egos of Clarence and whatever her name
From
is.
True Romance.
Yes.
Yeah.
But I think he even chopped it up into the 2 movies beforehand. But when he made Natural Born Killers and I watched it, I'm like, this sucks. That movie sucks.
I liked it, and it's not rewatchable.
And then the other thing was when I was a kid.
True Romance is amazing, though.
True Romance is great, but it's Tony Scott. And then when I was a kid, when I was like 14, I was into when 92, right when JFK came out. I was so into it, and then years later, you find out that like 30% of it's full on bullshit.
Really?
Yeah,
I never watched it.
He sticks by that shit to this day, and
he sucks.
It's filled with holes.
Okay. Well, speaking of Quentin Tarantino,
Speaking of movies,
it's a perfect transition for
Absolutely.
our jerk method. And you know where this idea comes from? I think it originates from is sometimes I come over and I help you with self-tapes. And what happens during the self-tapes is me reading behind the camera. I feel like my acting as even just somebody helping you read a script is so inspiring, and it's acting that you don't see in today's modern cinema. I have more of like this old school flair for the noir and the new wave cinema era that you just don't see anymore. I'm talking like I'm like a Jack Nicholson or a like a Robert Redford type.
That's really one way to
Warren
look at
Beatty.
it. That's why I would put it more. I would use one word to describe it.
And it's weird
sufficient.
And
sufficient, passable,
and then you're doing your fucking Irish bullshit in front of the camera.
I don't think it gets into the world of mediocre. It might stick its toe in a little bit, but I would use a couple of words to describe it. But you're in the ballpark. I would go a different route than you do when it comes to your acting with the self tapes.
You're never gonna be fucking honest to me. I know this, but how many times have you sent those tapes, and they said, "Hey man, whoever's reading, they've got it."
No, they said no. What they did say was, did you do this with somebody who knows how to read? Like literally knows, has the ability to read words on a page.
Oh, really?
And I
That's what
just thought they were
said.
just being tongue-in-cheek a little bit. They're being funny, but
They're
the
being
more I
tongue-in-cheek.
think about it, the more I think they might have been telling the truth. They go, did you tape this with an illiterate person? And I said, I think they were busting chops. Oh, you're busting chops.
Oh, you said that?
I go,
you
you're
said you're
busting-
busting chops?
Oh, yeah, I said you're busting chops. And then the more I thought about it, I'm like, maybe they're right. Maybe it does come off like that a little bit in the like pronunciation.
I thought they said this guy's acting, even from behind the camera, made me almost slide off of my chair because I came all over myself because how fucking good he is.
Well, that would be unprofessional.
He's the next coming of De Niro. Anywho, better luck next time, pal. We already found somebody to play Dock Worker 4.
No. They
Fucking asshole. Fucking
they-
yell at me. Fucking bust my chops.
They said
And bust your chops right in the fucking ass.
they did despite what was going on. We'd like to offer you this and whatever role going forward that we're casting. I go, wait, you mean even before you guys have the jobs? And they go, yeah, your resilience in that moment dealing with that horse shit on the other side of the camera. We can't believe the fortitude you had and the complete just natural glowing talent on the other side, just to turn that moment into absolute magic.
Well, that's
and
weird.
I said, well, thank you. I was trying to be humble about it. I was like, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. But I'll try better next time to get a partner that really can kind of match what's going on in front of the camera.
Okay, anybody listening, I want you to know right now that is a complete farce. Because not only is that not true, but I wanted to. I wasn't going to throw this in your face, but now I'm going to do it because you.
I know what you're
going to
say.
Is I got an email the other day
From John
from a cast-
Robert Sebastian.
John Robert Powers. No, from a casting director.
Right.
And he said, "Hey, I used my friends at the FBI to track down your voice from one of the self tapes of this Sean Donovan guy. He didn't even get your fucking name right. It's hilarious." And then he goes, your friend, he's not what we were looking for the part, but your voice was phenomenal. We'd like you to do some voiceover work, right? Me being the good friend that I am, I said, "Hey, why don't you give my buddy another shot?" And then they go, "Hey, we got to be honest. Us saying he was meh was a huge, gross understatement. Not only was Oliver Stone wrong when he fucked up the movie Natural Born Killers, but even thinking this kid could play a young Tom Cruise shows that he doesn't deserve to be directing major motion pictures, let alone taking videos on a camera phone."
That's a lot. That was a lot of words.
Yeah.
And I kind of wish you had the same fervor when you make the tapes. I wish I actually believed it. Like I believe that acting, because I really don't think that's true. I think what was the end of that conversation? He says, "So if your mom will send us $400 a month, we'll get this ball rolling."
And then they mailed me an old cassette tape of my Gatorade audition.
We tracked this down too.
So the scene that I brought us for our jerk method, and I don't know how you want to do this, Sean. It is the scene from a movie we both adore. It is the famous scene from Pulp Fiction where Jules and Vincent are in the car talking about Vincent's trip to Amsterdam. Mm-hmm. I mean, are we gonna act this, or are we gonna try to? I don't think we should do Travolta and Sam Jackson.
No, we should do our own version of it. I think.
Yeah,
I agree. But I would, because it was your idea to do this, and I think it's a great new section on the pod. I would like you to. What the hell? I would like you to. You should be Vincent Vega on this.
Oh, it's gonna be Jules.
Why? Vincent Vega. This is his scene in the movie.
I know. That's why I was gonna let you do it.
No.
Okay. I'll be Vincent Vega.
I want you to have the to be the main guy in the scene here.
All right.
All right. So let's do it our own way. Like, let's actually really try to.
Do you want me to really try?
I'll do the same thing.
Okay.
I want to really try to.
Because if I was doing Jules, I was gonna do a voice.
Well, I'm glad I'm doing Jules.
Okay.
Because I can only imagine what that voice would be.
Okay. So tell me again about those hash bars. All right. Go ahead.
All right. No, it's you first. You're Vincent.
I might have sent those to you fucked up.
Wait, hold on.
Oh, no.
Oh, here we go.
Jules is at the top.
So, okay, this
It's
is the
fucked
start,
up
right?
because I copied and pasted illegally from a website because you can't actually find the script.
Yeah, which is really weird that
Yeah, I was,
anything on
I
the
was
internet,
digging for
some
it.
scripts you can't find, especially Tarantino.
And you could pick the scene next week.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
Okay, so tell me about the hash bars.
Okay. What do you want to know?
Well, hash is legal over there, right?
Yeah, it's legal, but it ain't 100% legal. I mean, you can't walk into a restaurant, roll a joint, and start puffing away. I mean, they want you to smoke in your home or certain design places.
And those are the hash bars, right?
Yeah, it breaks down like this, okay? It's legal to buy it. It's legal to own it. And if you're the proprietor of a hash bar, it's legal to sell it. It's legal to carry it, but that doesn't matter because get a load of this, all right? If you get stopped by a cop in Amsterdam, it's illegal for them to search you. I mean, that's a right the cops in Amsterdam don't have.
Oh, man, I'm going. That's all there is to it. I'm fucking going.
I know, baby. You dig it the most. But you know what the funniest thing about Europe is?
What?
It's the little differences. I mean, they got the same shit over there they got here, but it's just a little bit different.
Example.
All right. You walk into a movie theater in Amsterdam and buy a beer. And I don't mean like in a paper cup. I'm talking about a glass of beer. And in Paris, you can buy a beer at a McDonald's. And you know what they call a quarter pounder with cheese in Paris?
They don't call it a quarter pounder with cheese?
No, they got the metric system over there. They wouldn't know what the fuck a quarter pounder is.
Then what do they call it?
They call it a Royale with cheese.
Royale with cheese. But doesn't he say that? What do they call a Big Mac?
Big Mac's a Big Mac. But they call it Le Big Mac.
Le Big Mac. What do they call a Whopper?
I don't know. I didn't go to Burger King. But you know what they put on fries in Holland instead of ketchup?
What?
Mayonnaise.
God damn.
I seen them do it, man. They fucking drown them in that shit.
Ooh.
Okay.
That was pretty good.
I think it was pretty good. Do you know what my problem was?
What?
Is it was taking everything in my power to fight the urge to do Travolta. I kept having to push it away.
Really?
Yeah, because he does have that, like, you know, like thinking of a line where it's like, which one was tough?
Because I know, baby, you're digging the most. That's,
Yeah.
well, that's yeah.
That was tough because I was like, I would never, you know, it was like hard to like. It's also weird to cold read because I don't remember this scene as much as I thought I did, or like I thought I knew this almost word for word.
When I said Le Big Mac, when I repeated one of them. No. Whenever I said the Royale with cheese, I forgot there was something after that.
Yeah.
And I knew that it was that, but I just didn't know the follow up.
And you Sam Jackson that line.
Yeah, right.
With cheese.
It's really hard not to have this.
But yeah, like I was just thinking, like you know, he's because Vincent plays it so cool, and he's like, I mean, they got the same shit over there, but like it's a little different. Like, you know, he got that like almost that like Vinny Barbarino still in him a little bit in the fucking Vincent Vega, like that like cool dude, like
yes, it's
fucking
like,
hit Italian guy.
Yeah.
And I thought that was a pretty good first jerk method.
I thought that was good.
What
Really
a
good.
scene!
I might pick a Tarantino one as well.
Yeah, you
The
have
writing's
to.
just so good.
Don't tell me. But you know what, too? And reading that, you could tell it's so Tarantino when it gets to the Vincent breaking down the it's illegal to sell it. You know, like going through the whole that thing.
Yeah. Because you took the same spaces.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what reminds me of the same scene when Tim Roth in Reservoir Dogs is explaining the when he's doing the rehearsed
And then also in Tarantino is explaining the Bonnie situation.
Yes.
It's the same kind of
cadence
pacing.
and like
Yes. Also, man, oh man, the guy who plays not his captain, but his boss, Tim Roth's boss in Reservoir Dogs, he just naturally, you could tell me he's related to Sam Jackson. Like that's how much he
was
sounds
so
like him
good.
a little bit, kind of looks like him, and he's great. But it's also a guy. If he kept doing movies that level, he would have had all the parts that
Yeah.
Sam Jackson had. But yeah, I think you're right, and yeah, he has his own type of. I wonder if he has something like that in each or a couple times in each movie, where it's like it's done in a certain. You're right. The way that the words are done are very like I wouldn't call it halting, but it's like a.
How did you feel about that first read?
I thought it was good.
Yeah.
That one little part that I screwed up because I know this next part and I tried it and I was like, oh, there's another line in it.
I will say I don't think if I got that script, I would have if I got that script without seeing the movie, I would have delivered that so much different. And I was trying so hard to like fight the.
Right.
Yeah, it's
But
weird.
that's the hard part about. How about this? Why don't we? I'll give it to you. We'll try to do it off book one time,
Okay.
where we memorize it and we just do it from. We have it there. We have the sides there.
Just
try
in
to print
case.
them out, just in case. But we try to do it without looking at the paper and then do it. That'll also help you do it in your own way. I think, or it should help us. We're gonna become amazing actors.
Amazing actors.
We're gonna win an Oscar for this.
All right. I don't know if we have time or if you're interested in this. I say we read through it one more time, but we do it as Southern gentlemen.
As
If this was a Western that Tarantino made.
well, that's
And
because
we'll do it in
that's your
Southern
favorite
accent.
voice to do.
Okay, we can do a different one. What's another one?
What's that one?
Okay.
I'll do it. That's fine.
And you want me to do you want to switch parts?
No, because
Okay.
no, because
No, I
that's-
got a little bit of
You got your
All right.
your Garth Brooks thing going. Here we go.
all right.
Okay, I can tell when you have to told to do an accent. Okay, tell me again about the hash bars.
All right. What do you want to know?
Well, hash is legal over there, right?
Yeah, it's legal, but it ain't 100% legal. I mean, like, you can't walk into a restaurant, roll a joint, and start puffing away. I mean, they want you to smoke it in your home or certain designated places.
And those are the hash bars.
Yeah, it breaks down like this, okay? It's legal to buy it, it's legal to own it, and if you're the proprietor of a hash bar, it's legal to sell it.
It's like
Now-
Gomer Pyle.
It's legal to to carry it, but that doesn't matter, because get a load of this, all right? If you're stopped by a cop in Amsterdam, it's illegal for them to search you. I mean, that's a right the cops in Amsterdam just don't have.
Oh man, I'm going. That's all there is to it. I'm fucking going.
I know, baby. You dig it the most.
That sounds very weird in the next.
But you know what the funniest thing about Europe is?
What?
It's the little differences. I mean, they got the same shit over there that they got here, but it's just there's a little bit different.
Example.
All right, you walk into a movie theater in Amsterdam, you could buy a fucking beer. I don't mean like no paper cup. I'm talking about a glass of cold beer. And in Paris, you can buy beer at a McDonald's. And you know what they call quarter pounder with cheese in Paris?
They don't call it a quarter pounder with cheese.
No.
That was not a. I'm so bad. They don't call it a quarter pounder with cheese.
No, dude. They got the metric system out there. They wouldn't know what the fuck a quarter pounder is.
Then what do they call it?
They call it a Royale with cheese.
Royale with cheese. What do they call a Big Mac?
Big Mac's a Big Mac. But they call it Le Big Mac.
La Big Mac. What do they call a Whopper?
I don't know. I didn't go to Burger King. But you know what they put on French fries in Holland instead of ketchup?
What?
Mayonnaise.
God damn.
No, I seen them do it, man. They fucking drown them in that shit.
What? Mayonnaise. Oh. Ooh. I don't remember. Do you remember him saying that in the movie?
I think it's a ugh.
Yeah, he goes, ugh.
Maybe. I don't know. I pulled this off of a very sketchy website. This could be from the you never know. I thought I was going to get it from the porn parody Pulp Friction, which exists.
What do they call a Big Mac? La Big Cock.
What do they call Big Dick in Paris?
Well, it's about that time, my friend.
I don't know what they call it, but I know what it looks like. And then he pulls it out. And can I say something real quick though before we leave?
Yeah.
And it is pornography related. I used to do a joke about this. I no longer do it because I don't think it's a very good joke and I don't think it's very tasteful. But it is the truth. Is there are writers for porn?
Yeah.
Is there an easier job than being a writer for pornography? Like you would never get writer's block.
No, because there's probably just They probably just have form like,
That's what I'm saying. It's
Yeah.
like you're like, what do I make him say next? We'll just pull his dick out.
Yeah. Yeah, the writing is not I can imagine it. Get
The
those
writing's
jobs
not what
pretty easy.
the writing's not what keeps people coming.
No. You mean to the theaters or in a different way? To the porno theaters? That's another thing. It's like that was a thing at some point, which I guess they still have them. Like even if this is 1976 or 19 whatever it is, and they had them in the city, or, Times Square used to have them a lot. I can never imagine
We
myself
would
going.
go
I'm
together.
walking.
You wouldn't go with me as buds.
Yes. I would go with a friend in need.
People would be there jacking off, and they'd be like, "Are these guys podcasting behind us?" Hey, Sean, we're coming live with brand new jerks from the porn theater in Midtown.
From the Cock Factory.
Yeah.
Which just sounds like a gay porn theater more than anything else. I think they would have more majestic names than that. All right, now we're
hope
getting
so.
silly. Let's get out of here.
We're getting off the rails. All right. Thanks everybody so much for tuning in. You can find brand new jerks audio on Spotify, Apple Pods. Leave us ratings and reviews out there. YouTube, we have our full video episodes out there, as well as our shorts. If you just want a smaller dose of the jerks, and we also share all of our short videos on Reels on Instagram between our two personal pages. I am at Zawodni.
And I am at Shawnee Time.
And we have a weekend coming up pretty soon.
Yeah.
End of
we have-
October.
Yeah. We'll be at Wisecrackers. It's always a fun time. Me and the Racer going Mohegan Sun in Pennsylvania.
Wilkes-Barre.
New room. So if you are a fan of the show and you live near that casino, the club has a brand new room. We're buddies with the guy who runs it, and it's supposedly 1,000 times better than the old room.
That's what I heard. Come on out and come hang with us after.
Hang with us.
I'm drinking this time. Last time I couldn't drink.
Ooh,
So my GERD
we're
was
gonna get in trouble. Couple booze hounds can't put that booze down. All right.
I love that.
Yeah, me too. All right, I'll see you later.
Bye, Sean.
Bye bye.